All right, guys. So I said that I was gonna make a YouTube video about how I increased my credit score almost 200 points in just 2 years. So 2 years ago, my score was at 465. So I'm gonna show you guys right here. Ooh. And and at that time, I was at like my lowest point of my life where lost my job. I chose not to go back to work because I wanted to make something else work for myself, and and also that the fact that I had another kid on the way, going to school full time, and I chose to let my vehicle go because I couldn't afford the payments on the vehicle, on my second vehicle that got repoed, and so that score was at the lowest, 465, December of 2017, and now let me show you guys where it's at right now. So Experian was at 624, 623 for TransUnion, and 662 for Equifax. So right here, guys. And this is something that I took serious 2 years ago. And I want to be real with you guys because there's not a whole lot of credit score analysis out there on YouTube, or I want to say there's not a whole lot of YouTubers out there that are actually going to showcase their real life experience on how they actually got their score at the very lowest point of their stage in life and then to where they massively grow it, you know, where they grew the credit score over 100 points or 200 points. And, and they're talking about how you can build a credit score to 800 or 750 in 45 days or in 30 days or in 3 months. You can have a really high credit score. I don't believe in that. I tried, like I said, in the beginning, I tried uh, three different credit agencies to do a full credit sweep on deleting my collections. I had a judgment against me. Like I said, I had two repos. Till and it didn't work. It just never worked. And then now they're and then like right after like they get done doing their credit sweeps, I'll just be honest, like I'll make a separate video of this, but I'll just make it quick. What they do is that they give you to finalize everything. They say, "Oh, this is what we could take off." But the problem with going with these credit agencies is that you're reopening these collection accounts, so then it starts a new date, and it takes about 7 years to get it removed. If you're gonna wait 7 years, unless you decide to pay it off and have the credit bureaus and dispute it with the credit bureaus, having taken them off the next month. So that's another thing, and I'll showcase you guys that too in another video on what I'm working on taking care of my repossessions right now and the collections right now. But that's on a separate video. But like I said, it took, like I said, for 2 years to go from 465 to the highest, right? Equifax is 662. You're, like I said, you're talking about almost 200 points in increase. And so that is insane. And so now, given the fact that it was I'm trying to see here. Given the fact that they didn't pull Equifax or Experian, but they pulled TransUnion because TransUnion is the lowest score, was 465. And right now my TransUnion is at 623. So you're still talking about almost 150 points in increase, only a little bit over that. So you're talking about, in just in 2 years, you can increase your score to to over 100 points in 2 years if you take the time. The number one, the main thing that I focused on was getting a car to see where I can get approved to get a car. And I know it's tough that when you have two repos, it's kind of tough to have to. If you have three repos, it's really, really hard. Especially if you can't show the banks that you can keep a vehicle. And if you are gonna get, like I said, if you are gonna try and get a third vehicle and you have two repos, I would suggest, like I said, I would suggest Carvana is easy to work with. If not, try and find someone that's willing, like I said, try and find a lender that's willing to work with a smaller loan vehicle. And so, but like I said, I had the income. I just didn't have the score. So that was the biggest issue, was the score. Um, the second thing that I worked on was looking at, right after the credit sweeps. What I looked at was that my wife had me authorized as an authorized user for like 5, 6 credit cards that she was on, like Express, Victoria's Secret. I don't shop over there, in case you guys wonder. I don't Citibank, Chase, Capital One, Credit One. I can't remember. There's like, yeah, it's like 6 credit cards I'm authorized user. And then I never got the I got the cards, but I never used them. You're just putting your name on there, and it will slowly build your credit. Now, the most important thing is having your credit cards paid 90% off, at least 90% off, because most of them are using 25% of the balance to put the score in. That's something else. Third thing that I focused on was I asked my mortgage lender, I asked my mortgage loan officer, I said, "Hey, what are some things that I should focus on to increase my score?" So if you are trying to buy a house, right? Like me, if you are trying to buy a house and you can't get approved for a house, they are really, really helpful, and they can assist you as much as they can on how to increase your score, because they do this. That's their job. I don't like talking to consumer loan officers just because they're more focused on trying to get you for personal lending, like getting a car loan, ATV loan, boat loans, all that stuff. That's like recreational loans that you don't need. But if you want to buy a house, talk to a mortgage loan officer. That's what I did. Out of the two that I talked to, they helped me out so much that I have so much knowledge. It's just like free knowledge, where people, I just don't like the fact that there's YouTubers charging people to how to fix their credit score, which I don't believe in that. And also, I do not recommend getting a full credit sweep or having a credit agency looking over your credit score, and your collections and judgments, which they think they could take it off, but they can't. The credit bureaus they've been doing this game for so long. I just don't believe, like I said, I just don't believe in having a full credit sweep when you can do it yourself. You can dispute things yourself. You can dispute with the credit bureaus yourself. You can do everything yourself. You just gotta know who to talk to. And I recommend talking to a mortgage loan officer. So that's what I did. And I took it very serious right after a year ago. But 2 years ago, I didn't really know what to do. So I did a lot of research within that year from 2017 to 2018. And then when I got my Subaru last year, then I took it very serious on making sure I made on time payments on my Subaru. That actually, like, so I had the car for a year. If you guys been watching my video, I had the car for a year, and it's been 12 months of on time. If you have one full year of on time payments and then you bill it to another like 24 months of on time payment, that's also going to increase your score. Now, it all depends on what Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax is going to give you, but it's very important to make sure you're not behind on payments. And if you are behind, make sure that you can keep up with 2 payments ahead. And that is what I'm doing with my Subaru. I'm 2 payments ahead of my Subaru because I want to pay it off by next year of December. That is my goal. Um, and then, the fourth thing that I worked on was looking at, okay, what collections and what judgments, or what are some negative items on my credit report that I should really, really focus on paying off and dispute. So the two things that I had to really look into was the 2 repossessions that I had, with Ally Financial and with Santander. And so with those two, it was already like 25,000 in just those 2 repos total. So what I'm doing on that is that I'm working on negotiating on a settlement. It's not hard. All you gotta do is call them and say, "Hey, I want to work things out. I know it's been a while, and I know that the vehicle has been repossessed, and you guys auctioned the vehicle already. I want to settle this out. What's the least amount I can settle for?" That's it. That's the magic word. What's the least amount I can settle for? And so I'll make another video on that. But like I said, I don't want to make like a full long video on like talking about like how like day-to-day basis on increasing your credit score, because it's a monthly thing. You get your credit report, your credit scores, your Vantage scores every fifth of the month, I think, fifth or sixth of the month. It's not the first. And then that's how they do it. So make sure everything's paid off before by the fourth. That's the way I do it. If I want to see a really high score in the beginning of the month. And anybody can do this. Like I said, there's so many YouTube videos out there, like clickbait videos that they talk about, oh, you can increase your score to 600 or five, or no, you can go from 500 to 800, or you can get a 750 to 850 credit score in 30 days. I don't believe in that, because it it bogs my mind to that people are not really showcasing real life experiences and real life testimonials versus just clickbaiting. I don't know, clickbaiting all the time on YouTube. And YouTube's big on clickbait now. So, but like I said, I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. I'm trying to make sure that, for those that are actually been following me and watching me, if you take the time to like really dive down and work on your personal credit score, you can get there. It's just going to take time, and it takes and the amount of effort if you want to dispute on your own, which I recommend disputing on your own. Had I known 2 years ago how to do this by my own, I would never bother asking for a credit agency, and I would never bother asking a mortgage loan officer. But those of you that don't know about fixing your own credit score or don't know how to go about it, I would recommend talking to a mortgage loan officer first versus trying to ask a credit agency to do a full credit sweep on trying to wipe everything out, because they can't. Okay. They're not the credit bureaus. All they're doing is just trying to see what they can do to sweep something off under the floor. Basically, that's what it is. And so that's why I'll make a separate video on why I would not recommend using one, and why till this day I don't even bother even looking at it, because once you understand how to increase your own score, is not is power. I'm telling you right now. And so there's much more coming, guys. And like I said, I wasn't planning on, like I said, this is not like a channel of talking about like how to fix your score. It's just like my personal life experiences, my personal vlog on YouTube channel. And so it is just, like I said, I just want to share my experience, and I want to share my testimonial for you guys, because there's a lot of people out there that want real life experiences, not fake experiences. And so don't take my word for it. Like I said, like I said, I recommend go talk to a mortgage loan officer and do your research. Do your own research, do your due diligence, and make sure that you are getting the right answers versus getting the wrong answers, and then you're doing the wrong actions behind making your score worse than it is. So you don't want to make it worse than it is. You want to make it better from today, so that the future you can actually buy, the house that you want because you have a higher score. And then make sure you have the income, because you don't have the income, you got a lot of debt ratio. I'll talk about that too, because a lot of people will talk about, oh, they have a really high score, but they don't have the income to back it up, and then they can't afford it. So I'll make another video on that too. Finances too. I'm going to talk budgeting and accounting on your own, personal banking on your own, not talking about, oh, I should do this and do that. So all right, guys. So peace. I hope this video makes sense. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And like I said, you know, if you like this video, like it. If you want to subscribe to me for more of this content, let me know. I mean, if there's something that I missed out on talking about, my experience in credit score, feel free to put it on the comments here. Like I said, I just want to make my real life testimonial on how my score, at the lowest point to where it's at right now. And that's 2 years, guys. So anybody can do this. So peace, guys.